Your mama.
Oh. Hello.
Hey. What's up? Hey. Your mama.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Grain of Salt. If you didn't see last week's episode, none of this will make fucking sense. Just kidding,
Literally.
it will. But you should definitely still watch last week's episode or just listen to it. But we're going to continue talking about our comeback because, as you may have heard already, kind of had a mentee breaky a couple months ago. So we stopped filming for like 2 months, but we are back now. And yeah, we were talking about the Barbie movie. We talked about fucking mental health, moving, jobs,
Fires.
a ton of shit. What'd you say?
I said fires.
Fires. Lots of fires going on. We are currently burning to the ground.
Yeah, currently.
So if you hear that fire alarm, just kind of tune it out.
Yeah, please. Oh my God. There was one time at work.
Right into it.
Where they were testing out the fire alarms.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just sitting there. Nobody told me anything. And I was just sitting there. I was like, it started going off so fucking loud because it's right behind me. I was like, there's
They
no
can be
fucking way.
loud.
I was like, what the fuck? And I started like getting up. They're like, no, just sit down. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, they're just testing it out.
We're going to
It's fine.
evacuate in our rolly chairs.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? And they're like, they're just testing it out. It's fine. Like, just sit down. I was like, okay. But it was right behind me. And they were like, okay, when is this going to be over? I swear to God, it was on for like 5 minutes.
Oh.
I was like, there's no way. And there's like calls coming in. We can't answer them because of what the fuck are they going to hear? And then so I was just like, okay.
The fire alarms here are super fucking loud.
Yeah. I mean,
and they
I guess
test them once a year.
sense.
Yeah.
But like,
It's like, that's good.
yeah.
Probably.
But it's like, yeah, why, like, 2 beeps, that should be good enough.
Yeah.
Like,
It's working. We're good.
No, literally. And then, so after like 5 minutes, they turned it off. I was like, okay. Turned it on again, like 10 minutes later. And then the guy that was like doing the maintenance though came in like right after the first time. He was like, oh, like the second time, like it'll be quick. Like I'll be right here and I'll turn it off. Second time comes around, turns on. I'm like, okay, he said he was going to turn it off. So like it keeps going. It's been
Any
like
day now.
Yeah, it's been like 2 minutes. And then I'm like, when is this going to be over? And my coworker was like, dude, literally, I cannot work like this right now. Like it hurt. Like we're both very prone to migraines too. So I was like, this is not going to be good. So I had these headphones and I put them in because they cut out a lot of the sound. So
Really?
Like, yeah.
A fire alarm?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they cut
That's
out
a good
like,
ad.
Yeah, even like it, like you can
You won't
hear
know
it.
there's a fire.
Yeah, you can hear it like a little bit, but it's just not as loud. But and then I put like some music on. So I was like, sorry, if you talk to me, I'm not going to hear you. So just keep that in mind.
We've been going to the gym lately, as I mentioned in the last episode. I'm just going to mention that every episode. When we start out, guys, we've been going to the gym. Okay, now we can move on to the episode. But he has, oh my God, speaking of which, he doesn't have these AirPods anymore, but I'll get into that. He like, I didn't realize how good the noise cancellation was because like we're on the treadmill or whatever. We're right next to each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, like I said something, did not hear me. Like, I'm like, is this bitch ignoring me right now? Like, what the fuck is going on? And yeah, like he just could not hear me. And like, I almost think you'd be like able visually to know that I'm talking because like I'm turning my head. I'm like,
Yeah.
But like it was like there's a little gap, but whatever. But yeah, he lost his AirPods the other day, which I got him for a 6-month anniversary present. And he like the last known location was like in the Find My iPhone thing. And he was like, can you check like the apartment, check your car, whatever. So I checked there, couldn't find him. He sends me a picture yesterday of the top part of the case, and I guess it tracked to the middle of the road as the last.
Oh.
So he was like, okay, obviously they were decimated by a car. But I was like, damn. Because like literally.
Your car?
What?
They're not in your car or anything?
No.
Because the same thing fucking happened to me, right?
Really? Like
Yeah.
you found a piece of the case?
No, like, wait, the actual like hardcover case, or like
I don't
the case
know if
that
it was
around it.
I know it was at least the case that was around it. But
okay,
he seemed to be pretty conclusive. Like, these things are gone.
Because the same thing happened to me. Because I was hanging out with Rachel and Miranda. I had them. I always have them clip onto my belt loop.
That shit is so cute when people do that.
Really?
Oh my god, I was literally just talking to my coworker about that yesterday.
Really?
She had her car keys clipped right here.
Uh-huh.
So cute. Anyways,
but yeah. So I always had them clipped. And then we went somewhere. We went to the stores, and then we went to Rachel's house, and then we got out. And then we after that, me and Rachel went out by ourselves, and I was like touching like to see where they were. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, they're not here. And I was like, oh, like I'll just track them on my iPhone thing. I tracked it. It was like it was on in the middle of the street, like by my work.
But it was live?
No, it wasn't live.
Oh, it was like the last note.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was like, what the fuck? How the fuck in the middle of the street? Like, I was like, okay, maybe they're in the work truck. Mm-hmm. So I went to work the next day. I looked in the truck, not in there. I was like, what the fuck? And I just kind of like gave up after that because I was like, if they're not in my car, they're not in my backpack, they're not in my room, they're not in the work truck.
They're not on this planet.
Literally, like, I don't know where they are. They're not in the middle of this fucking street. And like 2 months go by. I'm just gonna buy new ones because like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, and I got the
AirPods?
second gen. Yeah.
Those are expensive as fuck too. Like, those are so easy to lose, and they're expensive.
Yeah, literally. And I was like, you know what? Like, I have a little bit extra money. Like, it's fine. Like, I'll just spend it on that.
Those were the days.
Yeah, literally. And so I got them. Literally, I think this was like 3 weeks ago now. I was like deep cleaning my car.
You had already bought the new ones?
Yes, I had already bought the new ones. I pull the seat back. They're fucking on the little track where the...
Both of them? Like out of the case?
Yeah, like they're in the case.
Oh, okay.
Like they're both in there,
just
sitting there. But because it was a black case, my carpet's black, I could not see it.
You have a black case?
Yeah, I had a black case on them.
Oh. But that's not from Apple.
No.
It's like a okay.
Yeah, it's a protection case. But... I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was cleaning the car with my brother. I had my other AirPods and I was like, there's no fucking way. Like, I literally just spent so much money. Not so much, but I was like, I just spent money on these. Like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. And so my brother was like, can I have them? I was like, give me $50. And he gave me $50.
A little barter.
Yeah. But I was like, there's no fucking way.
There's no way.
And then I went ahead and bought $200 headphones after that.
Oh my god, you spent like $1,000 on headphones this year.
No, the AirPods were only like $130.
Oh, they're not pros?
No, that's why I was like, I got the second gen like regular ones.
There is something wrong with my right ear. Like, really? I can't wear shit like that.
Really?
And I wish.
That's annoying.
Like, when the 5 seconds that it stayed in my ear when I had those AirPods, I got the AirPod Pros second gen, like whatever the fucking newest one was.
Yeah.
So juicy. I was like, I can get used to this. But like, for some reason, my right ear is just not made for... I tried every fucking size. I had large and left, extra small and right. Like, I was trying every which way to make these $200 AirPods work.
No, literally.
And they just didn't.
Yeah. Because these headphones, when I've noticed, like, when they're like a rubber tip, like in the ear, they always slip out. Even with these that they're wrapped around.
My ears get like extra waxy or something.
Yeah. No, that's what I was saying. I was like, my ears are about to get so sweaty because I'm going to sit here with these like in my ear. But even I've noticed even with like my big over the ear headphones, my ears get like really waxy, like sweaty. I was like, okay, then maybe that's just my ears. Yeah. That's not really anything wrong with the actual like headphones.
But they should stay in. I'm like, if there was like this universal of a problem, like they wouldn't make these.
Do like regular AirPods fit? Like not with the rubber.
Like when they used to be wired, like they would always fall out of my ear. It's so annoying. But like
that's weird.
I need to get Fern has recommended like the custom like I don't know exactly how they'd be done, but I know like for musicians, like they have like
put
custom
silicone,
ear. Yeah, they put silicone and make a mold.
Yeah.
I think I need to just do that. Wasn't like that the ones that you had? Like they were like kind of custom silicone mold?
No, these are just the regular ones.
Oh, those are the ones you've been wearing.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not custom, but they at least hold.
Weren't they super cheap though? There was something special
like
about $20. That's not bad.
Yeah, but they were like the best like audio for like $20 for how much it was. And honestly, like these compared to my AirPods, these definitely beat them.
Really?
Yeah.
I loved the spatial audio on AirPods, but I just couldn't do it. I bought the AirPods, and then when I got my new phone, I can't remember if this was before or after the AirPods, but I bought the Beats
I remember
fucking
that.
like earbuds.
Yeah.
But they had like a you know,
the
like a little like rubber like hook.
Oh.
And I was like, these will stay in my ear.
Yeah.
Didn't work. I was like,
Bruh.
oh my God.
Yeah.
So like I've had good luck with the ones that wrap around, like fully wrap around your ear. And I got some off of Amazon that I loved, but they stopped charging. So right before my trip to Michigan, the morning of, needed to be at the airport in like 3 hours. I'm just in Walmart, like
bruh.
Yeah, looking for. I bought like a neck pillow. I bought $20 fucking earphones that wrap around my ear. Those ones, like, they start slipping out. They're not like in my ear, even though they have the hook. So I'm like, I just need to. I need to go somewhere, literally get like a custom mold done.
Yeah, probably.
That would be so satisfying to be like able to like fucking jump off a building and slam into concrete and not have these things come out of my ear. Like,
no,
that's
literally.
the test I'm gonna do to be like, all right,
literally.
Swipe card.
Yeah, but the only reason I got the Bose like over the ears one were for my trip.
Those, do they like work at the, like, say you're running or something?
The only thing is that like my head's like small and the regular size of the headphones are big.
Oh, okay.
And so like I've tried to like whip my head like that and they just like fall off.
Try to whip your hair back and forth?
Yeah, and they slip like off.
I was like, I don't think like AirPod Maxes or whatever the fuck those are.
Yeah.
First of all, those are $550. Like, absolutely
Hell
not.
No.
But just like custom. I would love to have like a pair of headphones that actually stays in my ears, because that's always it's always my right ear too. Left ear, like, the ones that I have right now, they do slip out of the left ear, but I think that's just like an issue with, I don't know. But fucking annoying.
But
I'll find some.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I like listen to music all the time too. Even when I'm at work, that's why I needed my AirPods. I was like, I want the over the ear ones just because they're better to not have anything like in your ear. You know, like it's bad for you or whatever. And so I was like, the over the ear ones, but I was like, I can't use over the ear ones at work because I'm answering like phone calls. I'm like working with people.
Hello?
Yeah, so like I don't want to be like rude and have my headphones on. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, I just like need to get AirPods. And I hate the wire like when I'm moving around. Like right now, like when I'm like laying at home or like playing like video games and stuff, I just plug that shit in and I'm like fine. But like once it's like I'm running or moving around or doing dishes, like I don't want fucking wires.
Yeah. Doing dishes is already annoying because you're getting fucking soaked.
Literally, that's the worst fucking chore there is in the fucking world.
No, sweeping.
You hate sweeping?
I hate sweeping. I hate dishes. I will vacuum, girl. I will suck the floor all day and night, and I will do laundry, and I will dust anything that has me like bending down, popping my. I'm like, absolutely fucking not. But thank you for the offer. But yeah, I feel like my back starts to hurt really easily when I'm doing dishes. Maybe that's just my, obesity. But vacuuming, I love. Laundry, I like, but I don't like putting it away.
I hate having to move it, but I will fold it.
I'll fold. Well, I'll usually hang it up.
Put it away.
And then like I'll fold like towels.
Well, yeah, you put your clothes all in like hooks.
Not right now, girl. Have you seen that thing?
No.
Oh my God, there's clothes all over my closet right now.
Bruh.
Actually, most of them are in the wash right now.
Damn.
Yeah, they're just like in there. But I don't leave them in there for more than a few hours because like they'll get like mildew or whatever.
Ew.
Really disgusting.
Dude, at the hotel, I guess someone left like some of
hotel?
The hotel that I work at.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Someone left the like duvet covers and the fitted sheets in the washer.
You have duvet covers at the hotel?
Yeah.
That must be so annoying.
Yeah.
Do you have to mess with those?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
See, because people don't often take them off and put them on when they have them on their own. Like for me, it's like I do 5, 6 in one day. 5, 6, 7, 8, Like it's easy for me.
5, 6, 7, 8.
It's easy for me just because I already know how they work. Like the sizes that we have are queen and king, and they're not horrible to like use. But I know a lot of people are annoyed with them. I personally like them just because it's like you don't have to throw the whole entire thing in your wash like all the time. Like maybe once every 5 months you can put all of it in.
But even the duvet.
Yeah. Because we do that
definitely
sometimes.
have not done that.
Really?
Yeah, I just do the cover.
That's okay though.
I think I've
as long as you're not like pissing and shitting on your fucking duvet. Like
I should really wash it then. What about flowing up?
3 a.m, throwing up on your duvet cover.
Mommy, I poo up on my duvet cover.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like easy for me to. I literally just grab the corners, and then I grab the corner of the duvet, and then I just flip it, and then I shake it out, and then I crumple it up like on my hands like a little bit, and then I throw it on the bed.
So you don't actually wash it?
No, like when I put it back.
Oh, okay.
Because we have like already.
What the fuck is going on at this hotel?
I already have some like clean. Like I don't have to like wash that one and wait for that one to wash. Like there's already like backups. So I do that. I crumple it up. I throw it on the bed. Then I grab the ends and I meet all the.
You crumple it up. Why?
Like you like grab it.
We can't hear you, girl.
How am I supposed to do this?
Here, I'll hold your mic for you.
Okay.
Now, what do you do with the? We're here interviewing Melisa Estrada. Oh, real? Well, yeah, it is a microphone. I'm talking into both. Wow, I haven't held two things like this so close to my face in a while.
So, like, you grab the corners, right, and then you kind of like toss it up to have it like in like a lot of it, like at least half, and I throw it up like that, and then I throw it onto the bed, so it's like most of it gets on the bed and not on the floor. You know what I mean?
Kind of.
It's like if
like
these
you're
were the
folding
corners,
it, you're not crumpling it.
Yeah, if these were the corners, right? And I kind of throw it up for most of it to be on my arms, and then I throw it on.
Oh
the bed.
yeah.
Yeah, you
I
know?
do that too.
Okay.
I've gotten really. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My arm was starting to hurt. I haven't gone to the gym that much. But I've gotten so good. Okay, my like bed is against the corner.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know that's like not adult of me. My bed's in the corner.
My bed's in the corner.
I feel
bitch.
like that's not like I want like fucking nightstands on each side. Like
no, I fucking hate that shit.
We're gonna be so ratchet in our new with a fucking door.
No,
I can wake up and knock on the bathroom door.
If you put it in the middle with like little nightstands on the side, it takes up so much space.
Yeah, but
and for what?
Good. Everyone has like each of us have their own nightstand.
I was gonna say
I have my inhaler. He has nothing because he's not an asthmatic. He just has his water. Literally, mine would be so messy.
Yeah, but yeah, it makes sense for like couples.
Yeah,
like it makes sense. But me that I'm living by myself, I'm like, fuck that shit. Nobody needs to go around on the other side. And even when Rachel sleeps over, like, bitch, I'll just crawl in the fucking bed. I don't give a fuck. I sleep on the inside. Yeah. So I was like, it's my like doing of crawling.
It is kind of annoying though. Like in the middle of the night, in my dreams, like when because I like he'll fall asleep before me. Yeah. And then like if he's asleep, like I don't want to like fucking like sometimes I'll like climb over him and be like, sorry, like trying to grab my scanner. But like I'll move, like I'll have to go to the end of the bed, like walk around, like I'm already tired. Yeah. I want to die. Yeah. Like it would be nice. And like also shit falls. Like there wouldn't be any more crack in between the like wall in the bed. Yeah. Oh my God. When something falls down there, I'm like done. Really? Done with life. I'm gonna kill myself now.
Yeah. I hate when I have my charger on like the corner side of my bed.
Yeah, you also can't use any plugs that are down there.
Well, I have one, but it's like that's why I bought the fancy one with the flat. It's like a flat wall plug, so it doesn't stick out.
There's a flat wall plug now?
Yeah. It like doesn't stick out.
What
like
the
yours.
Fuck?
Like
how the fuck?
It's like this.
What
it's like this flat, and it has the prongs on this
That's
side.
pretty cool.
Yeah, and it has like the USB ports on it too. Like I just plug in my shit. I put like little
plug in your shit.
Yeah,
that can't be good.
I put in like little thumbtacks to hold it, plus like some putty.
Thumbtacks?
Yeah, to hold it like on the wall, and then some putty to like hold it like up against
what
it.
What the fuck is this contraption? I thought it was just you plugged it in, you're done. And you got thumbtacks and putty and hot glue.
I just put it with like putty and thumbtacks so it stays like up on the wall and it's not on the floor, so I can easily like grab stuff, unplug it, plug it back in. Like, you know what I mean?
So it's like there's an arm space.
Yeah.
Between your bed and the wall.
Well, like, not super. Like, I push it against the wall.
I always stick my leg in the crack when I sleep.
Oh, when you sleep. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
just like casually sitting. That's what I was thinking. I was like, bitch, what the fuck? But I did that too.
Just sitting there, just like sitting against the wall, just like in my thoughts. Yep. I think it's, look at the time. All right, time to put my legs in the crack.
No, literally.
No, but yeah, it is cold. Oh my God.
It feels, especially right now.
So good.
Oh my God. Right, yeah, because right now, especially. So my bed is kind of like this, like next to a long.
It looks kind of like a window.
Yeah.
What do you mean like this?
No, like next, like if my bed was here, it's next to a window.
Has your bed been rearranged at all since I last saw it? I don't remember what it looks like. Yeah.
I don't think so, but I like to push everything against the walls. My room is actually pretty big, so I have like a big your area in the middle. Yeah. So, you know,
your room is genuinely probably like 200 or 300 square feet.
It's probably the size of here, maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
I think it's longer, right?
I've only been in it once.
I think it's a little bit, maybe actually to the wall and not where the cabinets are. Like maybe to the wall. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think it's like that big.
Yeah.
But anyways, what was I saying? Bed, well, window. Next to the window. So I always have the window open too. Mm-hmm. And so I lay up against the wall because it's so cold.
Do you have AC or anything though?
We do, but because I sleep upstairs.
I find that it's not enough without AC.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's really not. Because even last night when Rachel slept over, we had it on for like 30, 40 minutes. Ugh. It was freezing fucking cold. My joints were hurting. My feet were hurting. And
your joints?
I'm an old lady. The cold hurts my joints.
This is not good.
No, it's not. But
you work for the city.
Yeah.
You're about to retire.
Literally. But I like the cold, but I just hate when my joints hurt. But I just live through it because I'm just like, why am I going to like... It's a nice temperature, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like laying down and I told my brother, it was like 11 o'clock at night. I was like, turn off the AC when you get home. And he turned it off. As soon as he fucking turned it off, it got so hot. Also,
it goes quick.
Yeah. Rachel is a human fucking like what
Rachel's a human.
What the fuck are they called? Like she just like radiates so much heat.
A human heater? A human furnace?
No. Yes. Furnace. I was gonna say radiator. I was like, that's not the same.
That's his full name. You guys have heard me talk about Fern? Fern full name is Furnace. Fern name is Furnace.
Anyways.
Yeah, when I talk about my boyfriend being hot, I don't mean looks. He's like he just is enough to heat up the entire house. He's a furnace. I have to light him every night. Keep warm during the winter.
Make marshmallows.
On the furnace.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, Rachel just radiates so much heat. Then my bed gets hot. Then laying next to her, we're under a blanket. Then that gets hot. And then like I'm like, instead of like cuddling up with her, I'm cuddling up with the fucking wall because I'm like, bitch, you're too hot. And then I just bought it's like a cool blanket at Costco, and it just keeps cool.
It does get a weighted blanket.
It does get warm, but I just flip it and then it's like cold again. But
so it's a regular blanket?
No. It's like
the cool blanket gets warm?
Like after like a while.
Oh, okay.
You know? Like
so it's cooler than normal blankets.
Yes, exactly.
Is it weighted? How does it
no, deal? It's not. It's like it's like a Costco brand.
Kirkland?
Yeah, but I can't remember what exactly it's like. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. But it's like a cool blanket. It's like a throw.
Sounds nice.
It's like a throw blanket though. It's not like a big like sleeping blanket. It's just like a little like you know.
It's scrunched up in the bed. Thanks, Costco.
Yeah, but I like to be covered on my top. Like I don't care about my bottom, but on the top I need to be covered.
Do you care about your verse?
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I am the verse.
I am the one.
Exactly.
I sang that the other day too. I don't know how that song has appeared twice in my life this week.
That's so weird.
What was I gonna say? Fuck.
Cool blanket.
What?
Cool blanket.
Yeah.
Something about that.
I don't remember. Oh, random though. There was a customer that came in yesterday. Mm-hmm. She works for the same city you do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she could not afford to live on her own, and she was like 60.
Yeah.
And she worked. I was like, what did you used to do? Because she was like, I'm retired. But yeah, she lives with her daughter. I'm like, what does your daughter do? I should have asked her, but I didn't want to like intrude.
Yeah.
But God, every customer, this is like a fast paced, see a lot of people job.
Yeah.
Well, I already said it's cashier.
Yeah.
I'm a cashier. Coming out as a cashier.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I see a lot of people. I think it's so cool to see like what everybody does. But
yeah.
Those questions can get old real quick though. You want bags? Oh, you do? Oh, you have some? Oh,
dude,
okay.
Rachel was telling me, because she's like a cashier too, she's like, half of the time people don't fucking answer me.
Really?
Like if I'm like, oh, how are you? Like if she's like, hey, how are you?
Greetings.
And then
I get answers all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe because it's like smaller, I feel like.
My store's a little more organic too. Yeah. I feel like the demographic for shoppers is like different.
Yeah.
And nicer.
Because like where she's at, like the rich old white people. You know?
Yeah. A lot of people bring their own bags. Like they're very like people will be like, oh my gosh, I left mine in my car. I'm like, really, it's not a big deal. It's why we have thousands of bags here. But like, I don't know if it's because of the price, but I can't really imagine it being like that because like you spend like $10 on a tub of like vegan ice cream and then you're like, ooh, sure, I guess I'll take a bag. Like, it's literally a dime.
Literally. But yeah, she's like, half of the time they don't answer me. When I ask for a bag, they're like, they rudely answer or they're just like, they just don't answer.
I have had like a couple like interactions that were weird. So this lady comes in, she can't figure out how to use her coupon, and it was $10 off of 75 or more. We end up giving her the discount and like honoring it, and then my manager was like, "That's not how you like do it though. You're supposed to like rack up points or some shit." Oh. So she was like, "I'll come and over here like when you're done, we're gonna get the line moving again, but come over here, I'll teach you how to do it for the future." Yeah. Lady behind her comes up. I'm like, "Oh, how are you today?" She's like frustrated, and then she was like, oh, like I should have gotten that coupon. Like I had to wait here. I was like, oh my God.
People are literally so annoying about that shit.
And then we get to the point where she has to tap her card. It was not taking. She literally, oh my God, how do I translate this like over audio? I guess you have to be watching YouTube to get this full thing. But like, she goes,
like flicking
she's
it. She's
like hitting it on the like annoyed, like looking at me doing that. I was like, ooh, oh my God, this lady was like 70 or some shit. It was pretty crazy. And there was another time where I missed a guy's hand a couple times, like giving him his receipt. And the third time, like I thought it was kind of funny. The third time, he grabbed my hand like pretty hard and like basically like kept, because my hand was moving around, and like grabbed my hand, like make sure he got the receipt. I was like, what the fuck? Like
that is so
I cannot
weird.
explain like how embarrassed I would be if I acted like that. Like I could just not see myself doing that.
You're a fucking grown ass fucking man.
It's pretty crazy. Like even the lady, I'm like,
yeah,
I would be so embarrassed if I acted like that. Like I wouldn't do that in a fucking million years. Yeah. It's crazy.
Literally.
Unbelievable.
I know. Rachel always tells me stories like about like her work, but she just gets like a lot of creepy people like hitting on her.
We have had that with our coworkers. Like I think there's been a couple guys like calling the store and wanting to talk to the specific employee.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, I've never gotten that.
She's like, the last time she told me there's this like guy that comes in like about 3 to 4 times a day. And like they specifically look for Rachel and her other coworker, which like are around the same age, and they're like the only girls that are really around that same age, but like they look young. Like even her other coworker, she fucking looks like she's like 16. And so he always looks for them. And then this I think this was last week, she like goes to her store managers and is like, hey, can you like take this guy like in the line, like he makes me really uncomfortable, like I don't want to do that. And they're just like, oh yeah, like he comes in a lot, like a day.
How old is he?
The guy?
Yeah,
he's probably like 30, 40. And she's just like, he just really makes me uncomfortable. And her coworker has expressed that too. And they were just like, they kind of brushed it off, and Rachel was like, oh, maybe they'll just come over and like get me out, give me a break for like 5 minutes just to let this guy go by.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. This guy comes in the line. Like, they're like interacting, and Rachel's just kind of like, like, I don't know, you know? And like after, they just don't say anything. And then later when they're like in the break room, they're like joking about it. I'm just like,
the manager?
Yeah.
Whoa. What
I'm
the
just
fuck?
like, that is not cool. And like, even one of her managers was like, if you guys like ever feel that way about someone, like come and tell us, like we'll help you guys out. So I'm like,
yeah, how
the fuck? And she's under a union too. I'm like, bitch. And sometimes they don't give her breaks on time. They don't give her lunch. I'm like, bitch, sue them. Yeah. Because especially under a union, like they're fucked. Yeah. Like it doesn't even matter. But it makes me so fucking frustrated because I'm just like, bruh, I wish I was there and just be like, get the fuck out of here.
My workplace is very on top of breaks, very on top of lunches. Like, I have not missed one single break. There was one shift I worked where, like, it was exactly 5 hours. So, like, you only get one 15-minute break, no lunch. I guess that's, like, obvious to people. Yeah. For me, I'm new to this. Yeah. But they gave me an extra 15-minute break.
Oh, that's nice.
I was like, okay, pop off.
But yeah, they're like severely understaffed.
That's crazy. Which is crazy. We're like overstaffed, I would say. Yeah.
And there's people still quitting, going on vacations for like weeks at a time. And I'm just like,
we do have a high turnover rate, and we have like a lot of youngsters. Yeah. And I think with my age group, like hopefully I'm kind of like a little bit of a standout in terms of like there's like other people there my age, but like I think in the age group of like, say, like people in their early 20s or, you know, younger, like they're more prone to be like, oh, like not as responsible about it. So,
I feel like a lot of young people though work at grocery stores because they're so lenient. Like if you're like in studies as well as working. Yeah. Like,
they okay, really, I recently, we have Thursdays now to film the podcast. I already had like the second half of Thursdays off. But the first half I was on, so a lot of times I was working on Thursdays. Yeah. And so I was like, can I have the rest of Thursdays off? And I already had the beginning of Friday and the second half of Monday. And I was like, oh, can I also have like more morning shifts and the self-checkout lanes? Like I initially, so they put me on there to try it. And then I was like, don't really like it. So I went back and then I was like, kind of want to go back on. So like I came in, I told them like, yeah, the Thursday thing, the morning shifts, go back on self-checkout. Like I had all these requests and they totally worked with me. Like the schedule that came out next, like I had more morning, or no, it was the schedule that came out next was like a little more. And then the next one, I was like all morning self-checkout, like on 3 of 5 shifts. That's like, nice. Cause on self-checkout, like I can answer phone calls and shit. God, I love a phone call. I'm going to place you on a brief hold and then I'll transfer you to the deli. Okay. You can get your Sammy.
Yeah. I hate answering phone calls.
I love answering phone calls. That's like all your job is. That's like not good.
I know. And then I have to call people for money, to collect money too.
Ooh, that shit's annoying.
That is,
like asking people for shit, cold calling. I've tried that before with my other job. I'm like,
yeah, it's not thank fun. Especially because a lot of people, they literally wait last minute to cancel all their like events and stuff. And so like these... we have like a list of people and you have to pay 30 days prior to your event, so like about a month. So we call them like a day before and we're like, hey, like just want to make sure, like, you know, like tomorrow's the day that you need to pay it. Sometimes there's people that get like away with it somehow for like a few days and stuff, and so we're like, oh, like we need the payment now in full since you agreed on your what's it called,
contract.
On the contract to make the reservation that you need to pay 30 days prior. And they're like, oh, like, I don't think we're going to do that day anymore. So can we just cancel it? And I'm just like, you're waiting until now when you knew you had to pay 30 days prior. Yeah. Or it's like...
That's a lot of time prior.
Yeah, it literally. And you can even put down payments if you want. We don't ask for them. But like you can put in whatever you want. And
layaway.
Yeah, literally. But... yeah, a lot of people just wait last minute, or they're like, oh, well, you guys don't let us have alcohol, so we're just not going to have it anymore. I'm just like, so you wait 2 weeks prior to your event to tell us?
Some people clearly just have not, like, worked a day in their life. Like,
yeah.
I'm so grateful. Like, I was talking about this at work yesterday. I was like, I like grew up so privileged. Like, not to say I'm not privileged now, because I definitely still am. But like, the privilege was kind of off the charts growing up. Like, as far as like money goes, like I was like, my dad made like, you know, good money. Christmases were great. Had like all the stuff I wanted. You know, large house. And like then the divorce happened. We moved into an apartment. That was like obviously my first taste of like living in an apartment. So like I feel like, because that was when I was 16. So like the last 7 years have taught me a lot about, you know, the value of a dollar. Like, don't take things for granted, blah, blah, blah. And like, I feel like that's been really helpful for me to kind of like, I like, not that I wouldn't have understood. I think it's just like a little bit of an added understanding when you experience it.
For sure.
So like you can kind of just understand it more and be able to be like, oh, I've been there. So like to work and do that stuff, like it's like, oh, like I understand where you're coming from. Like, I know, like, you know, they're not just a cashier. Like, you're both human beings. So like, don't be fucking annoying. Don't be like, literally. I wouldn't have like even done that before. Like, oh my God, it blows my mind how people will act. It's crazy.
And we have like, at my work, we have like a lot of user groups. So they're like regulars that use it like every Sunday, you know, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Usually like the Sundays are church groups. And there's like this one lady there, and it's the pastor's wife. And like she went in one time super fucking pissed. We have this like acrylic, like kind of glass, oh my God, why can't I speak today?
No, you can speak.
Like,
you've always been speaking.
Like a thing, like a
divider.
Yeah, like a divider, but it's like all the way around. It's like an L shape, and then our desks are in the back, and then that space is for people that walk in. And she's like, comes in super pissed. I'm like, hi, how can I help you? And she's like, you guys are charging us way over what we're supposed to pay. I'm like, oh, like, can I see like your permit? And then my boss is like walking out, and he's like, what can I help? Like, he can tell that she's frustrated. So he came out, and like, it was only like my third week there. So I was like, what the fuck? And then,
is this how it always is?
Yeah, literally. And so she's like, I'm paying too much. See, and she slams the fucking paper onto the divider.
Oh,
I'm
my
like,
God.
What the fuck is going on?
Somebody tell Jesus.
Literally. And I was like, I just kind of stood there and was like awkwardly, because it was like her, me, and then my boss was standing like a little bit off to the side behind me. And he's like, we didn't overcharge you. And he's pretty straightforward because he deals with this bullshit all the time.
Yeah, he's so unfazed, probably.
Yeah, so he's like, no, it's correct. I'm like, that's what you owe. She's like, I don't understand. Like, we didn't get this day and this day. And he's like, well, you guys keep changing your fucking days around, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
Not actually saying like fucking days. She's like, you guys make so many changes. I just don't think you're understanding what is on the paper.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, I understand. I just don't get why you're charging me so much. And he was like, there's another computer by there. And he's like, just move to the other one. Like, I'll help her out. I was just sitting there like on my phone listening to them, because I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, after like the whole deal happened, he's like, the church people are probably the worst.
That is so fascinating.
Yeah.
Considering that they're church people.
Yeah.
And I think that is also like translates to a lot of other situations.
No,
like,
literally.
It's so, that is just like,
yeah.
That needs, I was probably is, but like that needs to be fucking studied.
Literally.
Like
it's just, they think there's like just so much higher because they're like following the Lord.
Yeah.
And they're going to a better place than everybody else. I'm just like, bitch, no.
Yeah.
Like, you're still a fucking asshole outside of that.
Yes.
Just because you believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's
not that every religious person's like that, but
no,
like,
yeah, exactly.
These Karens that are like,
yeah. And
it does seem to be like, at least it somewhat tied to like religion.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Because like, that's one thing I've had at like the cashiering position. Like, there have been a couple people that have like started talking about like religion. And yesterday I had a guy go, do you go to church? And I was like,
the fuck?
No.
That is such a random like thing to say.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
He brought it up once, and then like I don't really remember, but yeah. Then like there was this other time where like this guy started talking about my name, and I'm like, he was like, oh, like Daniel was a prophet and this and that, and I'm like, oh, like yeah, like I definitely know what you're talking about. And I was like, I thought he was a saint. Like my grandma literally gave me like a necklace before. It was like Saint Daniel.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think it's a saint. He's like, no, he was a prophet. I was like, okay, well, do you want a bag?
Literally.
Like, he was nice.
Yeah.
The second guy, I was like, like it's one thing if you like, I'm fine like telling you like whether or not I go to church, but like if I say no, like don't try to convince me to go to church. Like you could tell me why you think it's great. I don't know, but like it's just
it's like it's not for everybody.
It's not
like,
for
if
everybody.
you want to go,
so, like,
go ahead. It's
yeah.
fine. But yeah, the same thing happens to Rachel because her name's also in the Bible and stuff.
Yeah.
So she was like, there's like, and they're all like old people that go up to her and say that shit. But yeah, she's like, why do I have to like go to church? Like, I don't like. You can tell me about your shit, but like trying to convince me, like it's literally gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know that. Like even for that group that I was saying at work. When I go and help them, like help them set up and stuff, and it was like literally my first week there. They called me in earlier, so I didn't know what to do. I was sitting in my car. I didn't even have a key to get in, so I was waiting for my coworker to get in. I was like, I'm not even punched in. Like the fuck, I'm not gonna get paid for like this half hour that I'm sitting out here.
Yeah. And
so I get a text from like the city phone, and they're like, oh, hi, this is John, like the coworker or whatever. And he's like, you can go into the auditorium and help them out like with the setup. So I go in, I'm like, hey, do you guys need any help? They're like, no, I think we're okay. I was like, are you guys sure? And he's like, yeah, we got it. We have a lot of people here helping. I was like, okay. So then my coworker was there, so I went and he like introduced himself. He's like, oh, did you go ask if they needed help? I was like, yeah, but they said they were fine. He's like, go ask again, like just to be sure. I was like, okay. I was like, and I went to someone else to see if maybe they needed help with something. And they were like, no, I think we're good. Like we're going to get this all set up. I was like, okay. And so then I went back into the office and I just sat around because we literally don't do anything. And then my coworker was like, you asked them if you needed help? I was like, yeah, because he had like walked out and just to check out what they were doing. And he was like, oh, because they came up to me. They're like, oh, so what? You guys don't help us set up anymore?
Oh my God.
I was like, bruh. I literally asked like 3-4 different times.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck are you going to say that? He's like, I wouldn't worry about it. Like, they're always like that. Like, it doesn't matter.
Which is so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get how it's so accepted and just normal to be like...
Literally.
To be like that.
Literally.
Like, mean to people who are, you know, in customer service.
Yeah.
That's so fucking weird.
Yeah. And then, like, we even do them a favor of, like, asking them if they need help.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
They set up for a lot of chairs. So I'm like, mate, I can help out with that. Like, if I can do that as my job, like, you know?
Yeah.
But they, like, said no. And I was like, okay. But they're all, like, kind of rude. There's only one lady there that's really nice. But, like... she doesn't really do like anything but like set up.
Be that one lady.
Yeah, literally.
Yes.
She's like always super nice, and she always asks me like she's like, oh, like, do you think you can bring us some trash cans or like trash bags? And so I just go get it. Like obviously she's asking nicely, but there's been other times where the guy's like, hey, there's no trash bags in the can. Can you get us some? But like in a really like straightforward, like rude. I'm like, okay, like fine. So I go get them. But I'm
asking
like,
something nicely can get you so much farther.
Literally.
Like, even in terms of like getting a job or like with this like apartment that we've been applying for, which we're not approved, so it kind of goes to show my point, unless that has nothing to do with it. But like, I've been very nice with this lady, like prompt responses, like, hi, like, oh, thank you for that information. Like, here's, you know, our situation and this and that. And like kindness goes a long way, and being able to like understand where people are coming from and like just being nice. Yeah. Literally. I think that's like just something that people overlook like all the time. And like, it should be so obvious, but like just because they're paid to do what they're doing in their job doesn't mean that you should take advantage of that.
Yeah, literally. Because there's like another group there too that are regulars, and their event doesn't start till 5:30, so we open up maybe like 10-15 minutes before. This lady gets there at 5, and she knocks on the door, and I'm like, okay, because we're closed by 5, so I have to go open the door. And then I'm like, how can I help you? And she's like, we're with the group next door, why isn't it open? I was like, oh, it doesn't start till 5:30, it's 5 o'clock. And she's like, yeah, but I'm here already. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't open it. Like 5:30, because you guys paid from 5:30 to 8. Like that's what the time you're gonna get. She's like, I don't understand. I was like, I can't open it until maybe 10 minutes before. And even then, like, I don't know, like, if I'm gonna be doing something, so I'll guarantee you at 5:30 it's gonna be open. And she was like, oh, okay. And she just kind of turns around, and then like, I've never dealt with her, but my uncle comes in, he works in the same place, and he was like, he came in, he's like, oh, is the lady here? And I was like,
the lady.
Yeah.
She has a reputation.
Literally. And then he was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, did she tell you to open the place? I was like, yeah. She's like, don't. He's like, just leave it until like 5:30. I'll go open it because I'm supposed to be off at 5:15. And so like, he's told me like before, like she's been like super rude and stuff like that. And I'm like, bruh, literally for what? Like, what are you gaining? Like, literally what? Like, I'm just doing my job. I'm not supposed to open until then. There's a lot of homeless people around, so I can't just leave it open for, like, maybe someone to wander in there, you know? And so I'm just like, I can't do that. And later, like, I've heard him interact with her, too. And he was like, he brought out, we have, like, a schedule paper. And he's like, see here? It says 5:30. 5:30, I will open the place.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because he's dope. I mean, he's worked there for like 20 plus years.
Kind of sounds like she's trying to like pay less than you know, like get literally her a little more bang for her buck. But it's like that's not fair to everybody.
And it's a fucking yoga class.
Yeah, Fern literally sent me a video. This was like a few months ago of like a guy that goes to a restaurant. He like stacks his plates and cups and stuff after to make it, you know,
easier for them.
I thought at first, I will admit, I was like, kind of seems a little extra. But when you think about it, it's like it takes 2 seconds. It'll mean a lot to the person because it'll make you, which is unfortunate that it stands out that it's not like a universal thing. But like, yeah, like the other day he met my mom like a week ago, and we saw her a couple times. The most recent like dinner we got, at the end, like, you know, pushed everything to the edge of the table so they don't have to like reach so far. And, you know, he like consolidated the drinks a little bit, which I was like, that's kind of fucking gross, but like makes sense. But yeah, stacked the plates, like all that kind of stuff. And I was, like, it makes you feel good that like, and like the people, you know, the waiter was like super nice too. So my dad used to work like as a busser too. And every time we go somewhere, he like used to like get mad at my mom because when we were younger, she used to let us just like make a mess. And my dad, restaurants? And my dad was like, you realize someone has to clean this up. And she's like, yeah, but like that's their job. He's like, yeah, but that doesn't mean they have to. Like if you can keep it clean or like help them clean it up and not leave crumbs of crackers and shit like all over the floor. Like it's better for them. Like you're just making their life harder. Like the complaining about, you know, my food is this, my food is that, which like certain things like I can understand, but like it's just like there's a, once you get past a certain point, there's a sense of definite entitlement. And it's like, get away. Because
I don't know if you remember that time when we went to Texas Roadhouse and there was that like family next to us with like 4 or 5 kids like around the same age. That I was like, what the fuck?
I didn't ever hear what she was saying, but I remember you were like, whoa.
Because they like kept leaving a mess. They were throwing shit around. Like they were like cutting up the napkins and just kind of like throwing them around.
The kids or the parents?
The kids.
Oh, okay.
But the parents weren't stopping them from like doing anything. And I was like, what the fuck? I can't remember exactly what, but I think the mom was trying to like tell the kids to stop, but the dad was like, whatever, like just leave them.
And they were also like looking at us.
I
remember that because like
we were like 2 gay couples.
I said like, oh, like we have fans, and like I said it really loud when they were leaving, and you guys were like, ah.
No, literally, it was so funny. But yeah, they like kept looking at us because it was like me and Rachel, and then it was Fern and Daniel. So I was like, whatever. And the guy, I could like kept glaring at us, and especially because the guy had like more of a view of me and Rachel. So I was like, okay, this fucking weirdo ass man. Yeah, but I don't know.
We should have just like kissed him or some shit.
Literally.
Be our third.
You want to join? But
we know you must be closeted.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, I was like, there's no reason for you to leave your kids to make a mess.
Yeah.
And like even now, like with Rachel, like every time, like we both know, like, okay, like stack up the plates, like make sure like the plate on the bottom is like cleaner than the ones on top, and don't like make it weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always do that too, because I'm like, and my friend also was like a hostess, like she would clean up tables too. So I'm just like, it's just better, like even like they can catch a break for one table. Yeah. Too. It's like it's not that hard.
And it makes them look better. Like if the boss doesn't see like that, you know, the customer did that and they like come back, they're like, oh, go clean that table. They come back in like 5 seconds. It's like, oh, you did so good.
Yeah, exactly.
And then on the next one, it's like, why did you fall back to your old habits? You're doing so bad.
But yeah, I think I see a lot more people like fix their like dishes in one space and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah.
And tip.
Yeah.
Gotta tip.
Yeah. I tip when there's like actual service.
That's respectable, yeah.
And like when it's just like, oh, you want this? Okay. And then it's flip the screen and they're like a tip. I'm like,
yeah.
What exactly are you doing for me?
I guess that like could be like for the staff as a whole and like, you know, the chefs or whatever too. But yeah. But there's definitely like a tipping culture in the US.
Yeah, I don't really know, but actually my friend and I were talking about this yesterday, because she used to work at this pizza place, and it's like a pretty pricey pizza place. And she used to like work in the front, and then she used to do to-go orders and then take people's orders there. And they always got more tips than the cooks. The cooks got like 1%, and then the rest of them got like the rest.
Wow.
But it was because the cooks get paid more too.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like, okay, you're getting paid more. And she was like, I wish I can go back. She was getting paid like basically with tips like $23 an hour.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
One thing that's weird to me about my current job is like cashiers get paid more than like a courtesy clerk. And I feel like courtesy clerks are doing way more like labor.
Literally, that's what Rachel was saying. I'm like, too.
What the heck?
Like they're going
and it's
out
like
and getting the carts and
pay
shit.
gap.
Yeah.
I don't really understand it.
Yeah.
But like there is like definitely like I'm lifting stuff, but it's not even like every shift I have to lift like it, like at our place it'll be like a fucking watermelon or a case of water or like like those are the heavy things.
Yeah.
But like it kind of blows my mind that like courtesy clerks get significantly less.
Yeah.
I don't really understand why that is.
Yeah, because at Rachel's store, like they like the courtesy clerks, like they bag everything, they put everything on the carts, they go out and get like the carts and bring them back.
That's
they
just
sweep
hard.
The floors. Yeah,
move those huge lines of carts.
Literally.
God damn.
Yeah. And so she's like, yeah, I don't understand. Like when I was a courtesy clerk, I fucking hated it.
Sweep, mop.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would kill myself.
It's so bad. I'm just like, yeah, I would not want to start off there and get paid like so little.
Yeah.
But
I had like no experience and they took me on as a cashier. I think
crazy.
Because of my personality.
Probably.
Because like when I was in the, I'm not just like saying that, but like in the interview, like he was like, oh, like I think I want to hire you.
Yeah.
I was like, you seem to have like the personality for it. I was like, okay, just kiss me already.
That's nice at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't deal with people like face to face a lot. Like at my work, but it's a lot of over the phone stuff. And like some people are just super rude. Like, because we get calls from like camps, lagoons, and stuff like that, because it's around
the
there.
lagoon is calling you.
Yeah.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath. This is Melisa.
Literally. But they're always like, so you mean to tell me I need to get a permit for every one of my vessels to get on the lagoon? I was like,
yeah.
Yes. I was like, they're like, I like never heard of this. I was like, we've been doing it for a long time. Yeah. Like we've been here for a very long time. Like we've been doing it.
Oh, you've never heard of it? Okay, we'll just
sucks.
like not get you a permit then.
Yeah, literally. Because I'm like, then that means you've been going without a permit.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you haven't heard of it? Okay, well, we're going to have you pay for those 20 times you went without a permit.
Literally.
Just outing themselves.
Yeah, or like people with like park reservations.
Mm-hmm.
Like on Saturdays, like I just drive around to the parks and see what people are there. And then I have to go up to them if they don't have a permit and be like, hey, like, can you fill this out for me? Like, it's nothing. Like, it's just kind of a warning. And like, we have your name that you're here. So that way, if something happens, like, we know that you're here. Yeah, you know? And they're like, oh, like, I've lived here in Carlsbad for like so many years. Like, I've never heard of this. I'm like, yeah, I lived here basically all my life too. Yeah. We've always done it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you.
You're just doing your job.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
Literally. And then I'm like, well, I'm sorry. Like, this isn't anything like bad, legal or anything. Like, it's just, we need to have your name and make sure that we know how many people are here. Like, it's just for us to have.
Right.
And they're like, so where am I supposed to call to make these reservations then? Like, what are the rules? I'm like, well, like, if it's under 25 people, like, you can be here, whatever. If it's over, if you have a bounce house, if you have caterers, like, you have to get a permit. And they're like, oh, that's so much work. I'm like, it's literally not that much work.
Yeah.
You call and be like, can I get a reservation for this day at this park in this section?
The easiest thing.
Okay, you can just pay 30 days prior.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's literally...
How much do you have to pay for that?
It depends on like what areas. Some areas are like $26. But yeah, so depending on like what park you're at and like what section, it depends like how much it is. And then but most of it's like not that bad. And I think some parks like neighboring cities don't really do that either, but you still need to let them know that you're going to be there.
Yeah. And
like I said, if it's like under 25 people, I don't think they mind. But when it's like a huge party, like if like let's say like a business event or something, like I think that's totally
caterers,
different. Yeah,
bounce house for the accountants.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, I think that's where it makes a difference. But for the most part, like I think you can just go into whatever.
We end every episode with Media Monday, even though we don't ever film on Mondays anymore. We tell you about some media we've been consuming this week. Melisa.
All right.
Usually Spotify, which we're both on.
Let's see. Rush by Troye Sivan. That shit's good as fuck. It's called Amor by Alta Elegancia and Danny Lux. And then Seven by Jungkook featuring Lotto. The explicit version, by the way.
The fucking booty ass version.
Exactly.
Barbie World with Aqua.
Yes.
Nicki Minaj, obviously.
Of course.
Love that. Dance the Night by Dua Lipa. They're
That's
both Barbie
so
songs.
Good.
Added those last night. I was like, these are gonna be on repeat. That and like the Disney Channel songs. I didn't even go through the whole Disney Channel playlist. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good.
I love it.
I'm gonna have a big variety over the next couple weeks.
No, literally. I feel like you never listen to like newer music though.
Not
you always
really,
like
no.
go back.
Yeah, the newest song I'm listening to lately is like Rockstar by Post Malone.
Yeah.
I sound just like him.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.